Good morning, Geelong, and welcome to this bright and happy Saturday morning. Hope you're fit and well, enjoying your breakfast as you're sitting back watching us on Channel 31 from the great city of Gt1 Go Cats. That's what we're all about. Well, Rollo is on the couch today with a lovely lady. Yes, she is our Kylie, as we like to call her, but that's a very affectionate name. But officially, it's a very warm welcome to Councillor Kylie Fisher from the Corio Ward of the City of Greater Geelong. Good morning, Kylie.
Good morning, Rollo.
And it's so kind of you to give up your beauty sleep for us this so early on Saturday morning.
No worries at all. I could do with some too, I think.
No, you're looking lovely. Kylie, we were just before we came on here, viewers, we were having a little chat on the couch here, and I said to Kylie, I said, it's 6 months. It's 6 months since Kylie Fisher took the oath to become a City of Greater Geelong councillor, and it only seems like yesterday.
No, and I said it's gone like that. It's been exciting. I've loved every minute of it, but very quick. Yeah. And
you've come on board at a very exciting time from the time you were sworn in. Now you've been through some very significant processes, including the recent budget process.
Absolutely, the budget wasn't the most difficult, but that was where I probably spent the most waking hours deciding that. The lead up to the budget, big decisions with the money that we've got and what we can do in our areas and in our portfolios. Yeah, pretty important stuff.
From coming from the grassroots to taking the step to running for council, becoming elected as a councillor, and then being thrust into the parry and the rush and the hurry and the busy of being on council. The budget process, how did you find it, first of all? Overwhelming or? Well,
a bit overwhelming. It wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. I had in my mind where I wanted things to go. It was more, sorry, I shouldn't say things, funding to go. It was more how it would be delivered. Though there was a lot of groups I wanted to support, and it's really how they will deliver services through that funding, and that I have sort of had to get my head around. That's the tricky nitty-gritty bit. Yeah.
You'd like to have more money to spend.
Oh yeah.
Isn't she a wonderful lady? Kylie, the wonderful thing that we emphasised in earlier programs, and in particular at the announcement of the budget, where acting CEO Stephen Griffin announced, wasn't it great to hear that word surplus instead of deficit for once?
Absolutely, absolutely. And can I just add, Stephen Griffin's doing a fabulous job acting CEO at the moment, but surplus is always a brilliant word to hear. Mm.
Yeah, surplus meaning you've got money in the bank to spend, not money that you've got to pay off. Now, some of the major items that we want to talk to you about, first of all, will encompass both your ward of Corio and also your portfolio of community development. One of the first that I'd like to touch on is within the ward. You seem to have a theme of wanting to drive towards the breadth of coverage in the Corio ward, from the younger to the older, and touch upon what I'll call the continuance of the culture of improving family development.
Oh, absolutely. Not that family development has been neglected, I have to say, but obviously being part of a family and having a young family, it's very important to me. So with some of the budget allocations, it is going into families, it's going into children, it's going to youth, over 45s. Yeah, and the portfolio is community development. I call that from birth to earth because it's everything in between.
We like that saying, from birth to earth. Our Kylie, that's hers. Registered, signed, delivered. No one else try and pinch it. Kylie, it's probably, it's fair to say, and we've got to be fair, that the Corio ward is one of maybe the more difficult wards to foster this development, as against, say, Bruce Harwood in Cardinia ward on the southern side of the river, where they haven't got the community difficulties that we've faced over the last decade in Corio.
Yeah, I believe that. I also believe that Corio doesn't ask for a lot. We're proud people out there. I think that's probably the hardest. That's probably where we would struggle the hardest is they don't ask.
They don't ask.
No, they don't, and it's what, I don't know whether it's a sense of pride or I expect that people assume that we ask and ask and ask and we just don't. It's not the case.
Well, we go back to the again the grassroots. Rawlo was a grassroots man. 3 Teller Street, Nor Lane. I can still roll off the names. The 14. There was 14 houses in our block from 1 through to 13, and then 14 back to number 2. In fact, 2 Teller Street. There was a gentleman by the name of Norman Lane who originally lived in that house, and that's where the name Nor Lane came from. Bit of trivia for their listeners, viewers. Beg your pardon. The North Shore Family Hub.
Sure.
That's one of the first that we've made some budget allocation to. Tell us a bit about the North Shore Family Hub.
Okay, the North Shore Family Hub is a concept design plan for the North Shore Family Hub. It will be, we've got scattered buildings in the north. We've got a kindergarten and a MCH, which is a maternal child health centre. They're sort of separate old buildings, and rather than fixing them up, which could cost some money, North Shore Primary School has this beautiful big space next to it, and what a good idea to put a kindergarten with a maternal child health and some playgroups next door. Just for the area, it makes that precinct. You've got a primary school, or you've got 2 primary schools in the area actually. You've got St Thomas there. The Norland Community Centre is based there, so it just makes it quite a family precinct with a family hub there.
That's the North Shore Family Hub, and where that's going to be built. Rawlo, when he was at primary school at North Shore Primary School, we used to play kick-to-kick footy out in that particular paddock, so it's going to be put to great use. We're talking with Councillor Kylie Fisher from the City of Greater Geelong here on Good Morning Geelong. We'll take a break and be back after this with more.